All right, English learners, lend me your ears for a moment. Have you ever felt that familiar knot in your stomach? That rush of adrenaline, your heart doing a frantic drum solo, your palms getting a little clammy?
And then, just as you're about to speak, that perfectly crafted sentence you rehearsed 100 times this morning, poof, it vanishes into thin air, leaving you speechless. Or worse, stammering. Sound familiar? You're definitely not alone.
Absolutely. Research, like a fascinating study from the University of Vienna, actually tells us that a staggering 73% of adult language learners experience intense anxiety when it comes to speaking. That's a huge number.
Well, guess what? Today, we're going to start chipping away at that number, beginning with you. We're going to ask you to stay with us for the next, 20 minutes or so. And by the time we're done, you're going to walk away with 10 incredibly powerful, pocket sized affirmations.
These aren't just feel-good phrases, these are tools. They're designed to quite literally rewire your brain, paving the way for calm, clear, and genuinely confident English. No complex jargon, no need for a meditation cushion.
All you need are your ears, an open mind, and a willingness to repeat a few simple sentences aloud. Let's get started, shall we?
Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Affirmations? Isn't that just wishful thinking? Saying nice things to myself won't magically make me fluent. And we get it. It can sound a little fluffy at first glance.
But let's ground this in some solid science. Once you truly understand the mechanism behind affirmations, the practice feels less like a mystical ritual and a lot more like training at the gym. You wouldn't expect to get strong by just thinking about lifting weights, right? You have to actually do the reps.
Affirmations are the mental reps for your brain. Here's the deal. Every single thought you think activates a specific neural pathway in your brain. Think of your brain as a vast, dense forest. When you have a negative thought like, my English is absolutely terrible, that thought travels along a particular path. If you think it often, that path becomes a well-worn highway for self-doubt.
See now, here's where affirmations come in. They're not about bulldozing that old highway. Instead, they're about building new roads. When you repeatedly say something positive, like, I am improving my English every day, you're literally forcing your brain to construct fresh trails. It might feel slow at first because the old highway is still there, beckoning.
But with consistent repetition, these new trails become stronger, clearer, and eventually, they become the preferred route. Over time, that old, negative highway starts to get overgrown, and the new, positive one becomes your brain's default. It's a beautiful example of neuroplasticity in action, your brain's incredible ability to change and adapt.
And this isn't just anecdotal. Science backs this up. A really interesting 2016 study published in the journal Social Cognitive and Affective Neuroscience found that self-affirmation increases activity in the ventromedial prefrontal cortex. That's a mouthful, I know. But this region of the brain is strongly linked to self-processing and reward. In plain English, it means your brain literally starts to enjoy the new, positive story you're telling it.
But wait, there's more. Another compelling study from Carnegie Mellon University demonstrated that participants who regularly practiced affirmations, especially when facing stress, had significantly lower cortisol levels. Cortisol is our primary stress hormone. When it's elevated, it messes with our ability to think clearly, our memory retrieval, and yes, even the smoothness of our speech. Lower cortisol means clearer thinking and more confident speech.
So, when we say affirmations aren't fluff, we genuinely mean it. They are targeted, evidence-based neurotraining. They're a direct way to intentionally shape your brain's architecture for better language learning, less anxiety, and more confidence. Pretty cool, right?
All right, now that we've got the why firmly established, let's talk about the how. Because knowing the science is one thing, but actually putting these tools into practice is where the magic happens.
Before we dive into the sentences, let's set the scene. A few simple steps will amplify the power of these affirmations exponentially. First up, find your quiet spot. This isn't about needing absolute silence, but about minimizing distractions so your brain can focus. This could be your car, a quiet corner of your kitchen, or even a parked bus with your earphones in.
Second, and this is crucial, Speak the affirmations aloud. It might feel awkward at first, but there's a powerful physiological reason for this. Whispering works, but your vocal cords actually need to vibrate. That vibration sends a direct signal to your nervous system, communicating safety and presence. It engages more parts of your brain than just thinking the words.
Third, let's get into the breath. Slow your breathing. Try this with us now. Inhale slowly for a count of 4. Hold it. Then exhale even more slowly for a count of 6. This longer exhale activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest system. It calms your body and makes you more receptive to positive input.
Fourth, visualize. As you repeat each sentence, don't just say the words. Picture yourself in the situation you want to be in. Ordering coffee confidently, giving a presentation, chatting on the phone. Your brain doesn't sharply distinguish between a vividly imagined event and a real one. You're pre-programming it for success.
Finally, and this might be the most important point, consistency beats duration. 2 minutes every single day is infinitely more effective than a 20-minute session once a month. Anchor this practice to an existing habit, like brushing your teeth or waiting for the kettle to boil. That way, your brain receives its daily dose of positive reinforcement.
Okay, let's dive into our first powerful affirmation. Our first one is, I am improving my English every day. Say it with us now, out loud. I am improving my English every day. Notice the present tense. This isn't, I will improve. It's, I am improving. Your brain responds best to commands phrased as if they are already happening.
Also, notice the absence of comparison. This affirmation keeps the focus squarely on your trajectory, your progress. Now, repeat it 3 times with us, really feeling the words. I am improving my English every day. I am improving my English every day. I am improving my English every day.
And here's a quick exercise. In your head, answer this right now. What tiny proof did you see yesterday that this sentence is true? Maybe you understood a meme, or spelled a word correctly, or followed a TV show for a moment without subtitles. That small evidence is what your brain needs to build this new pathway.
Moving on to our second affirmation, designed to tackle the fear of not being understood. This one is, I can communicate effectively in English. Repeat it aloud with us now. I can communicate effectively in English.
So many English learners equate effectiveness with perfection. But the truth is, communication is simply the transfer of meaning. It's not an elocution contest. Have you ever been understood perfectly, even when you knew you made a mistake? Of course.
So, for this affirmation, recall a specific moment you made yourself understood in English, despite not being perfect. Maybe you ordered food and got what you wanted. Hold that memory firmly in your mind as you repeat this sentence with us. I can communicate effectively in English. I can communicate effectively in English. I can communicate effectively in English.
By pairing this affirmation with a lived success, you're giving your brain irrefutable proof that this statement is already true, making it easier to believe and act upon. All right, let's tackle the perfectionism parasite. Our third affirmation is, making mistakes helps me learn and grow. Say it with conviction. Making mistakes helps me learn and grow.
This line reframes errors not as shortcomings, but as essential steps. A fascinating 2018 study from the University of Barcelona showed that learners who were encouraged to see errors as positive feedback actually progressed 26% faster than those penalized for their mistakes. A quarter faster.
Language is a skill, and skills grow through reps, including the wobbly ones. So, the next time you mispronounce a word or mix up a preposition, instead of cringing, think, aha, there's my learning edge. Repeat it 3 times with us. Making mistakes helps me learn and grow. Making mistakes helps me learn and grow. Making mistakes helps me learn and grow.
Now, let's talk about confidence. Our fourth affirmation is I am confident speaking English. Say it loud and clear with us. I am confident speaking English.
Let's get real. Confidence isn't the absence of nerves. True confidence is the decision to speak anyway. It's the choice to engage, even when that voice of doubt is whispering in your ear.
For this affirmation, use your power of visualization again. Picture yourself in a specific scenario where you want to feel confident. At a meeting, a social gathering, a restaurant. Lean into the sensory details. Feel the chair, see the faces, hear your own calm, clear voice. Lock that snapshot in your mind as we repeat it. I am confident speaking English. I am confident speaking English. I am confident speaking English.
When the real situation arrives, your brain will have already tagged it as familiar territory, which makes all the difference. This next affirmation is about shifting your perspective from obligation to enjoyment. Our fifth affirmation is, I enjoy practicing English and expanding my skills. Repeat it with genuine feeling. I enjoy practicing English and expanding my skills.
Sometimes practicing can feel like a chore, but genuine enjoyment is the gateway to flow state, where you're so absorbed that time disappears and you learn faster and more deeply. To cultivate enjoyment, try tacking a micro reward onto your practice sessions. After your affirmations, sip your favorite coffee or listen to a song you love.
Let's say it together 3 times. I enjoy practicing English and expanding my skills. I enjoy practicing English and expanding my skills. I enjoy practicing English and expanding my skills. Over time, your brain will link practicing English not with pressure, but with pleasure. It transforms I have to practice into I want to practice.
How are those feeling? Even just these first 5 sentences can start shifting something inside you. If that's the case, please keep listening. The next 5 affirmations build on this powerful foundation.
And stick around, because after those, we're going to share a simple nightly routine that ties all of these together. And hey, if you're finding value here, consider hitting that subscribe button. We drop new mindset tools for English learners every Tuesday, and you won't want to miss them.
All right, let's move on to the second half. This one is all about self-compassion. Our 6th affirmation is, I am patient with myself as I learn. Say it slowly with us, letting the words sink in. I am patient with myself as I learn.
Impatience and frustration spike your cortisol. And as we discussed, when cortisol spikes, it shuts down the very memory circuits you need to speak fluently. This affirmation breaks that vicious cycle. It's a conscious decision to treat yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend.
Language learning is a marathon, not a sprint. Offer yourself that grace. Repeat it 3 times, breathing deeply. I am patient with myself as I learn. I am patient with myself as I learn. I am patient with myself as I learn. Remember, encouragement and time are your best allies.
This next one directly addresses a common frustration. Our 7th affirmation is, I can understand and be understood. Repeat it with confidence. I can understand and be understood.
This specifically battles the I understand but I can't speak frustration. It's a valid feeling. Understanding, receptive skill, and speaking, productive skill, live in different neighborhoods of the brain.
Affirming both understand and be understood is like building a bridge between those two neighborhoods. You're telling your brain that the connection is strong and the flow is seamless. Let's say it together. I can understand and be understood. I can understand and be understood. I can understand and be understood.
Next up, for those moments when you feel overwhelmed, our 8th affirmation is, I embrace challenges as opportunities to improve. Say it aloud with a sense of adventure. I embrace challenges as opportunities to improve.
Let's face it, English can be challenging. It's easy to feel defeated. But what if we saw challenges not as obstacles but as stepping stones? Think of it like a video game. You don't quit at a boss level. You see it as a chance to gain experience points and level up.
This affirmation helps you adopt that gamer mindset. A complex article is a boss level. A tricky podcast is a chance to level up your listening. Let's repeat it together. I embrace challenges as opportunities to improve. I embrace challenges as opportunities to improve. I embrace challenges as opportunities to improve.
This one is all about celebrating your journey. Our ninth affirmation is, I am proud of my progress in English. Repeat it with genuine warmth. I am proud of my progress in English.
Pride is a powerful emotion. When you feel pride, your brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter linked to motivation and memory strengthening. So, when you feel proud, you're literally making those learning experiences stick better in your brain.
Here's a practical tip. Keep a victory list. Each time you affirm this, add one new victory no matter how small. Did you use a new word correctly? Write it down. That list becomes undeniable evidence for your brain. Let's say it one more time, together. I am proud of my progress in English. I am proud of my progress in English. I am proud of my progress in English.
And now, our final foundational affirmation. This one underpins everything else. Our 10th affirmation is, I believe in my ability to master English. Say it with all the conviction you can muster. I believe in my ability to master English.
Belief is the seed of all action. Without it, effort feels pointless. But with belief, every action you take becomes fertilizer for that seed. It fuels your persistence and resilience. This isn't magical thinking. It's about setting a powerful intention for your brain.
You're telling your subconscious mind, this is the goal. We're going for it. This creates a powerful feedback loop. Let's declare our intent together. I believe in my ability to master English. I believe in my ability to master English. I believe in my ability to master English.
Okay, so you've got these 10 powerful affirmations. How do we weave them into your life? We're talking 5 minutes, tops. Let's call this the kettle routine. When you go to make coffee or tea in the morning, while the water heats up, you stand there.
First, you breathe. Inhale for 4 counts. Exhale for 6. Do this a few times to settle your nervous system. Then, you go through each of the 10 affirmations. Say each one twice, aloud, with intention. I am improving my English every day. I am improving my English every day. And so on. By the time that kettle whistles, your brain has been primed for success.
Now, for the evening routine, it's even simpler. Before bed, pick just one affirmation that resonated most with you that day. Write it on a sticky note and put it somewhere visible. Your bathroom mirror, your computer. The next morning when you see it, say it aloud once more.
This consistency is key. After about 21 days of this consistent practice, MRI studies actually show measurable thickening in areas of the brain related to self-regulation. In plain English, confidence literally starts to become your default setting. Now, let's be honest. You might have a voice in your head muttering, "This is cheesy. This isn't going to work for me." That voice is completely normal. That is your old neural highway defending itself. Change, even positive change, can feel threatening at first.
The trick is to treat that voice like background radio. Acknowledge it, but don't engage. Let it play, and keep building your new road. Another common thought is, this affirmation feels too far-fetched. If I am confident speaking English feels like a lie, your brain will reject it.
If that's the case, tweak it. Try something like, I am becoming more confident speaking English. Or, I am open to feeling more confident. The goal is to find wording that feels believable yet slightly challenging. Once you start to see tiny bits of evidence, you can upgrade to the stronger wording.
To really bring this home, let me tell you about Layla, an incredible listener. Layla is an accountant from Cairo, brilliant with numbers, but during global team meetings on Zoom, she'd freeze. The fear of mispronouncing a word kept her great ideas locked inside.
She started repeating one of our affirmations: I can communicate effectively in English, every morning while stirring her tea. Just 2 minutes, consistently. In week 1, she managed a clear, confident, "Good morning, everyone," without her voice cracking. A monumental victory for her.
By week 4, she asked a full, clear question about cash flow forecasts. She stumbled a little, yes, but she kept going, and her point was understood. By week 8, Layla volunteered to give a 3-minute project update. Afterwards, her manager sent her a private chat message. Layla, your confidence is absolutely glowing. Great job.
Same grammar, same vocabulary she had before, but a completely new mindset. A new neural pathway had been forged. That is the return on a simple, consistent 2-minute investment.
Imagine yourself 8 weeks from today. You're closing a video call with international colleagues. And as you lean back, you realize you spoke up without that usual heart-pounding panic. You felt calm, clear, and confident.
That future isn't some distant dream. It's literally one play button away. And if you want some extra accountability, here's what we want you to do. Drop a comment below this episode with just one sentence. I am starting affirmations. And we promise we will personally reply with a tip.
Don't let the algorithm forget you. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to join our community. You don't want to miss next week's deep dive, where we'll tackle the art of handling small talk with grace and ease.
So, let's quickly recap. That crippling fear of speaking English is a neurological pathway you absolutely can rewire. Affirmations are your tools for building new, positive roads. They work by activating your brain's reward centers and lowering stress hormones like cortisol.
The 10 sentences you heard today are short, in the present tense, and focused on your journey. Remember to repeat them aloud, breathe slowly, and visualize your success. Anchor this practice to a daily habit and track your tiny victories.
Chloe, do this consistently and watch what happens. Your brain will begin to trade panic for poise, self-doubt for self-belief. Remember this above all else. Fluency isn't some magical gift you wait to receive. It is a skill you claim.
Liam. It's a skill you cultivate day by showing up and affirming your potential. We are genuinely proud of the step you just took by listening to this entire episode. Now, go forth, keep affirming, keep speaking, and we will absolutely see you in the next episode.